But who's...
Hi. You mad fake now.
The last time you texted me was in 2020.
How are you? How you been?
Good. What made you call me out of nowhere?
I just wanted to call you. I can't call you now.
Nah, I'm up now.
Now we've all heard the tale. Nerdy kid goes to school, gets made fun of by women for being nerdy. Well, that's what he thinks, but he was really getting made fun of for being weird and nerdy. But goes to school, gets made fun of for being nerdy, but then he has a come up. And then all the girls start coming back and blah, 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 blah. This is a scenario that many men fantasize about. I mean, when I was a wee lad, I used to fantasize about it myself. But I was lucky. I meant lucky as in good luck. Yeah, like the fortune. I was lucky enough for it to happen to me. And in my last video, I actually hinted about the scenario. And final body was with a demon, a school thought, as some will call them. And the story about this girl is actually gonna be my next video. And now it's time to give you guys that story. Hey, I'm a little sick. Now, before I start this story, I really do want to preface to y'all that I am not lit yet. Now, I've been doing this a while and we have a beautiful community and I really do love each and every one of y'all. But unlike Carl Fredrickson on a Blue Chew, I am not up yet. The movie's called Up. He didn't even need to say the Blue Chew part. Yes, I did. What size shoe you wear, boy? We have not made it yet. I am still very much on the grind. We do not got Hellcat money over here. However, to the untrained eye, it looks that way. And because of that, people tend to think I have way more than I actually do have. Sit down and look. Back in high school, I liked this girl who we'll name Christine. Now, Christine was artistic. Hey, I said artistic. Damn, bro, speak clearly. She was always drawing in class, which was also the same thing that I always did. We would just show up to class with fat ass sketchbooks and just draw the whole time. Now, we never spoke. She didn't know I existed. And honestly, that was enough for me to fall in love. So I became obsessed quick. I wanted nothing more than to talk to this woman. I just couldn't build up the courage to for the life of me. But holy was I trying. The worst thing I do is follow this girl. Like, I changed my path in the hallways to make sure I was behind shorty. Not because I wanted to stalk her, but because I wanted to talk to her, but I just couldn't. So it turned into me just following her. Like, I would literally be within a foot distance of her, like just trying to force myself to tap her shoulder, but I just never could. And I did that from the time our semester started to the end of school every day. And during the last week of school, I knew something had to change. Now, of all the different hallway paths in the school that I took to try to talk to this girl, the one that was gonna give me the best shot was the one that we both had to walk in before lunch, because it was the longest strip of highway. It was the longest strip of hallway that we both had to walk. Now, me and this girl shared a class that was right before lunch. So the bell would ring and then we'd walk down the hallway, and then it branches off two ways. So the left was for people with cars who like to eat off campus, and the right was for people without cars who had to eat the on-campus food. You know how school food gets. Now, this girl could drive, so she would always go to the left, and I couldn't, so I would always go to the right. So if I was gonna spit at this girl, it would have to be in this hallway, and it would have to be before she goes to the left. That gave me like 30 seconds to talk to this girl, and that terrified me. I mean, every day I'd wake up, look in the mirror, put my sorry fit on, deadass is how I dressed in high school. I put my trash fit on and tell myself, today is the day. I'd go to school, sit in class. Nah, deadass, why was I dressing like this, bro? This video gonna get me tight. I'd go to school, sit in class would end. Today is the day. We'd leave, walk in the hallway. I'd follow her, I'd catch up to her. She'd go left and I'd go right. And it went like that. She'd go left, I'd go right. She'd go left, I'd go right. Day. Until the last day of school. So the last day comes up, everyone's in class, we're all just chilling because you don't do nothing on the last day of school. I'm drawing, she's drawing, and like a bunk bed at a dating party, something comes over me. That was not in the script. I get up, put my game face on, I walk to her, and I compliment her art. She actually rocks with it. She goes, oh my God, thank you. I be seeing your stuff too. I really like your style. Thanks. Well, have a good summer. And I walk my dumb ass back to the desk, bro. This story gets me so tight. And why was I dressed like this? I folded, bro. That was the perfect opportunity to start a conversation, and I just couldn't handle it, bro. This girl scared me. So I go back to my desk and draw like a idiot. The bell rings and everyone gets up and starts walking to lunch. And I'm hot, bro, because I did realize that I was stupid for not talking to her. So embarrassed and determined not to leave with an L, I follow her in the hallway with the with nothing but the intention to talk to her. We walk in the hallway, catch up to her. She goes left, and I go left, bro. I'm not leaving with an L. So we're walking, and I'm behind her, and I'm just trying to think of what to say, but I'm just drawing blanks. And eventually, the hallway ends. We leave, and we're at the courtyard of the school. And the courtyard ends, and we end up in the parking lot. I have been following this girl for like 5 minutes at this point, bro. But eventually, she gets to her car, gets in her car, and drives off. She gets to the entrance of the school. She goes left, and I go right. And I just keep walking, bro. Like, I feel stupid, and I didn't want to look goofy and turn around and just walk back to the cafeteria. So I just kept walking on the sidewalk until I reached the CVS, and then I just stood there. I don't even think I ate lunch that day, man. That was it. School ended, and I went home hurt. And I never saw her again until years later. Now, that summer was the summer that I took YouTube seriously. Now, when I say seriously, I don't mean I blew up, because this was 2018 and I didn't blow up until 2020. So when I say seriously, I meant I was just seriously making mid-ass videos. But I was posting weekly, I was showing up. So I grinded that whole summer, got a 9-to-5, got kicked out of my mom's crib, lived with my friend, and just grinded my 9-to-5 in YouTube there for a couple years. And then I blew up in 2020. And that was the first year that I had my own apartment. So one day I'm just chilling in the crib and I get a follow from this girl. And for some reason she looked mad familiar, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. But she was bad. So I stalk her IG highlights, and you ever be like stalking someone's highlights and like they be saying like May 2018, May 2019, like you going through them and they're forever, and then they just cuts into one that was posted like 15 seconds ago, bro. That shit be making me sick, because it's like, how did you go 3 years without posting a highlight, bro? So I'm going through her shit, and eventually I get to a story that says 10 minutes ago. Oh fuck, I moved my camera. That's for sure gonna show up in the recording. Bro, I clicked that bit, and that bit that whole says 5 minutes, so I can't just view her story and not do nothing. So I was already in too deep. So I stalked all of her highlights, and at that point I didn't really care. So I'm looking, and I realize it's Christine, bro. I recognize the art from high school on her highlights. And I'm just sitting there like, no way. So I initiate the IG maiden dance. You know what it is. You like a couple pictures, they like a couple pictures, you DM, they respond. But I didn't even get to DM, because as soon as I liked a few pictures, she skipped it and just hit me with a, hey, 3 Ys, heart emoticon. Shit. I'm just looking at that DM, and I can feel the younger me inside going, today is the day. But we still gotta lock in. Now, at this point in my life, I wasn't as much of a dork as I was in high school, but I was still a Poindexter ass, man. I mean, I'm a square to this day for real, but hey, yo, Cliff. She did not have to know that. So when I responded to that first DM, I'm trying to portray the most chill, laid back personality that I can. No emojis, no nothing. Like Dan Schneider to an amputee minor. I'm trying to get off on the right foot. And I think it was working, because I'm getting all kinds of, oh, I wish we linked in high school. We should have linked. I'm looking at the phone like, oh, it's like that. And as the conversation continues, I start to realize this girl was low-key one of those, you know, a stall soldier, a bleacher bandit, a hallway harlot. And I started to think about it, because one of the other reasons I was scared to talk to this girl was because she was always talking to a different guy in the hallway. But at the time, I didn't realize what a school thought was. So I genuinely thought she just had mad guy friends. So realizing this, I come to the conclusion that I need a Carfax. So I hit up my one friend. Now, in any school setting, high school or college, I feel like every guy has that one friend. It could be the same thing for women, but I don't know. That one friend who's had like everyone in the school, bro. I mean, the list of bodies in their phone looks like a damn Pokédex. And this friend for me was a guy who I'll name Randall. Ran through Randall. So I hit him like, yo, I'm talking to this girl from high school. Do you know her? And I go on her IG to send him one of her Instagram posts. And this whore is already in her likes. And at that point, I feel like I don't even really need the Carfax anymore, but I was already in too deep. So I decided to push forward and send him the Instagram post. And he goes, oh shit, is that Christine? Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing right now. If there is one thing that is always true, no matter what gender, if someone's nickname is their name twice, take a hike. Go ahead. For men, John, man, that will beat you like Ray Rice. And for girls, if you gotta say the name twice, don't hit, cause you gonna be itching like you got lice. Oh yes, Lord. And that's no cap. Great, Pastor. Her name gonna be round of applause, cause she gonna give you the clap. That's such a stupid bit. Bro, if a girl's nickname is her name twice, wrap it up. And if you hit, wrap it up. Cause I'm gonna show you right now the context in which that nickname is being used. Yo, bruh. I was with this shorty earlier. Word, who was you with? Christine. Oh. Christine.
Oh,
Hey, the stories that I'm hearing about this girl from Randall are absolutely insane. She had a generational run in high school, bro. I'm talking 2020 Rona levels of bodies. COVID-19, if you will. And I ain't gonna lie, when I was talking to her, she was in college, so I know niggas was passing her around like one for all. I am sick. So we went to Raising Cane's later that day. Hey, man. And the date is going pretty well. She's mad cool to talk to. We're talking about anime, art, like all that stuff. I folded, bruh. I was fiending for this girl for a year. I came up and she came back. That is a corny nigga's dream. And I was the corniest of them all. Of course I wasn't gonna pass up on that. So we go back to my crib, put on some anime, and we start to cuddle. And the whole time, my heart is thumping, bro. I'm just sitting there thinking about all the anticipation that led up to this moment. And that makes me extremely nervous. And I can feel that she can feel that because she breaks the ice. She looks left and I look right and we get to doing our thing. And man, today was the day. It was magical. For 10 seconds. Here's the problem. Bro, I was way too excited. This was built up for years at this point. I was also 20 and inexperienced, but you're absolutely tweaking if you think I was gonna be able to control myself. Now the argument could be made, say, man, that's not even that big of a deal for real. You could just wait a couple minutes, cuddle, do your thing with her, and hit her with another round, which, valid. However, that only works if I am mentally attracted to the woman enough to get hyped again. Cause if I'm not, that post-nut clarity hits me like a freight train, bro. Bruh, the 10 seconds was over. I finished and I'm just looking at myself in the reflection of my window with absolute disgust. No disrespect to the girl. I'm genuinely just telling the story. I saw all the signs. I heard all the stories and I still hate. I felt sick. Any chance of me getting up again were completely void. And to make matters worse, damn, Yoyo, what the f happened? She says that verbatim. She gets to blaming my ass. And now I'm turned off and embarrassed. Nothing was gonna happen for that night. I knew that, she knew that, and because she knew that, she is getting brutal, bro. She is coming from my head. She did there laughing at my ass, bro. She gets to putting on her clothes and leaving. I'm still on the bed, looking stupid. Like, bro, I know I made it into a group chat that night. I can't even cap. Bro, she gets to my front door and dips before I could even finish putting on my clothes to walk her out. She didn't even want me to walk her to her car. Oh yeah, she drove me around because I didn't have a car or a license, by the way. So she goes to my door, leaves, and drives off. I'm sitting on the bed. I call Randall. Yo, bro, I just hit Christine. Christine. And I went crazy, bro. I ain't had to leave it to the door, bro, for real. Some bodies really don't count. Hear me out. Now, I know that makes me look like I get more cat than Shane Dawson. I know that makes me look like I get more girls than Jeffrey Epstein if he wasn't a kid's bop. But I am not a whore. I've said this in this video. I'm gonna let the title speak for itself. This shit is not clickbait. So if the story interests you, be sure to peep it. But I said in that video that I lost my virginity in 2020. Late 2020. When I was 20. Like a light-skinned slave, I have not been in the field that long. But I have made every mistake that you could possibly make in the dating game, bro. From little stuff like catching a cramp during the act or accidentally calling a girl by the wrong name, to big stuff like getting a girl's car towed, getting chased on the highway by a girl. And I talked to this one girl and accidentally started beef with her racist, prestigious Hispanic family of a net worth of over $50 million with cartel connections. I might not even see tomorrow. And I am not lying, bro. I'm being so dead ass. But that doesn't mean I was outside. I know since my rookie debut, it seems on paper that I've gotten some mileage in a short amount of time. But I personally believe that 3 of my bodies don't count at all. Now, I count them when someone asks my body count. I'm not rolling back my miles. My Carfax is accurate. But if you check the accident history, you'll see some things that'll make you question some of the previous owners. Some bodies don't count. Hear me out. Yo, spit some shit. Said some bodies don't count. Thought I had one in the chamber. He got hit twice. I guess some bodies don't count. This he to leave his body cold. Might call his girl Wi-Fi the way she drive over and down my low. Now, as I've said before, I've made a lot of mistakes. So look, I met this girl and she was on the bigger side. And the thing about me is I'm 100% about vibe when I'm dating. Are we into the same things? What's your humor like? Will your dad call me a nigga? The main thing I care about is how we'll vibe. Now, obviously I gotta be physically attracted to the girl, but
One by one.
it is not that hard to impress me physically. I really have zero preference. Size, race, height, none of it really matters to me. I will admit I do tend to avoid white women and exponentially short women. Bro, what do I look like at 6'3", 230 pounds walking in a restaurant with a 4'10", 100 pounder, bro? The server gonna hand her a kid's meal and me a life sentence. Like, bro, I don't even like holding hands with women that short because you gotta hit this. Like, bro, I'm not walking like that. I need me a WNBA center, bro, please. But other than that, I got love for everybody. But tall, curvy women, they got it. They got it. I lose every ounce of composure and common sense I have when I come across it. There was once this girl who I found on IG and she was a 5'11". B1 babies. Guinness World Record babies. I slid in her DMs. She never responded. And I got so offended that I unsent my DM, unfollowed, and blocked her. A week passed, and I refollowed and reslid in her DMs, and she didn't respond, and I did the same thing twice, and she is blocked to this day now. Bruh, I was salty as shit. I don't know what it is, bro. If you tall and curvy, something goes off in my brain. So anyways, in 2021, I met this girl and we were chilling in my crib. We just got back from the date. Everything was going well. We put on a movie that I wasn't paying attention to. We could have been watching a video of someone taking all of the money out of my bank account and burning it on that TV, and I would not have been looking. I had a tall, curvy girl on my couch, nigga. So we're in the living room watching a movie. And then suddenly we're not watching a movie. And we get to a point where we want to go to my bedroom. So I pick her up and I start walking her to my room. And I got this thing where I love making bigger and taller women feel small. Not in like a belittlement kind of way, but in like a you're not big to me kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I can't explain it, but I like doing that. So usually I pick people up. So I pick her up off the couch and she's like, oh my God, I'm so heavy. And I'm in my head like, you ain't never tell a lie. Bro, I'm not gonna count. My legs didn't even fully straighten up out the couch before I realized I had too much dip on my chin. The thing is, I didn't look how I look now. I look like this. If anything, she looked the way I look right now. I'm joking. But yeah, I did not have the facilities to be picking up this woman the way I was trying to pick up this woman. But I was gonna hold it down. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling trying to make my way to this bedroom door, bro. I'm taking one step after the other, and I need you to know I am not breathing because I'd rather not breathe at all than to be like trying to and holding the girl at the same time. So I start making my way to the door, but I feel my grip start to loosen up. And you know when you're holding something and you lose grip, so you like throw it and kind of catch it to like re-get your grip. So I do that. And I dropped the fuck out that girl, bro. I'm not gonna lie. She hits the ground hard as fuck. And she's hurt and everything. But the thing is, I can't even console her because I'm again, I'm holding the wall, like breathing heavy. I haven't taken a breath in like 30 seconds. Eventually I pick her back up and we go into the bedroom and try, but like, I'm not gonna lie. I was too embarrassed, bro. I could not stand that attention, if you understand what I'm saying. So we didn't even make it past the 20-second mark, bro. Neither one of us crossed the finish line that day. Does that body count? I personally feel like it doesn't. But comment if you think it does. Yes, I haven't done my laundry yet. Shut up. So if neither of us crossed the finish line, did we even race in the first place? Or was it just a waste of equipment? And speaking of equipment, use it. And if you don't, you better have old girl taking a plan B and downing it with Red Bull to make sure that baby gets its wings. Because scares? Look, I love kids. My first job, I was working with kids. I used to train them at a karate dojo. But if I had a bad scare, I would go from Mr. Miyagi to Anakin Skywalker quick. Please use equipment, but also make sure that it is functional so you don't end up like me in this next story. So look and listen. I met this girl on Tinder. This was the date right after the one from this video. Woo! Double plug. Wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. So this was my second time. I'm not gonna lie, 2020 was an active year for me. So we match, we go on a date, you know the drill. Now since my first, okay, hold up. Stop. Now, since my first time went so astronomically bad, I'm not gonna lie, this time I really wanted to be on some Tory Lane shit. I wanna put you in 7 positions in 70, you know what I mean? So I was determined to make this shot count. Not a good choice of words. So I'm on the date, spitting my game, talking my talk. Also at the time, I had half red dreads and I also like to wear one black shoe and one red shoe to kind of match the hair. And with a fit like that, you can kind of guess that the said game being spat was not good. But we're cooling. The day ends and we head back to my crib and we get to doing what we're supposed to do. And I put on my construction hat. I enter the building and that shit breaks in half. I laugh, I play it off, I put on another, enter the building again, that shit breaks again. Mind you, this shit is breaking first pump. I am not applying any type of car. The thing is, this is my second time and the first time went bad and this girl was older. I am nervous as shit right now. So 2 broken construction hats, I laugh, play it off, put on another, I enter, and that bitch breaks again. And it happened 2 more times. Actually, we went through 4 construction hats. 4 construction hats and no pumps is a crazy ratio. At this point, I'm looking at her like, damn, you got barbed wire in that or something? I look at the box, turns out I didn't know construction hats had sizes. I'm being so serious. I had never bought construction hats before. My first time, the hats were provided on the work site. When I bought them, I just grabbed the first one I saw because I thought they all worked the same. So after 4 attempts, we kind of just give it up. So I'm telling you, bro, my second body, I ain't even pumped. There's no way that counts. But I ain't gonna be real with y'all. I do feel like the reason my early construction life was so bad was because I was ashamed to be a late bloomer. So I didn't tell anyone. So I want to tell you guys, just be honest with the person. Do not be like Wet Dreams J. Cole. You can communicate. I promise you. Are y'all seeing how distracting they're being right now? I promise you the man or woman that you're with will be understanding and will not judge you. Unless you're talking to like a demon or something. But in that case, why are you trying to talk to demons as a rookie? You're not there yet, twin. That's like trying to get a legendary with a regular ball. Get your badges. Building a relationship is like building anything else. You need a solid foundation. You need to work on yourselves layer by layer separately, but still as a unit. And the further you get, you realize that even if you give the smallest thing enough fuel, everything will come crashing down. And that's why dating someone who you're compatible with, your twin flame even, is extremely important if you want a long relationship. So to keep you guys on the right path, I'm gonna be talking about the 7 different types of toxic women. Also, don't take these jokes too seriously. A lot of the stuff that I'm gonna be talking about can go for both men and women. And if you like this video enough, I'll make a 7 types of I will make a 7 different types of toxic men video as well. Enjoy. To start things off light, we got Miss Bark No Bite. When she get mad, she see red like that. All right. Crazy. Her mental break so bad that you could call her Walt White. They really not listening to him. These are the type of women that'll pick fights on their man's behalf. 9 times out of 10, fights the man in question cannot handle. Like she's standing somewhere and a 6'8", 300-pounder bumps into her and she says, I'm gonna get my man. 1, how are you not on the ground? That nigga is huge. 2, what the f do you think that nigga gonna do? It's like they actively seek out situations that they know their man can't handle. Like a girl could be dating Clark Kent and she would beef with someone wearing a bust-down kryptonite chain. Now, providing safety for your woman is important. I would say it's probably one of the most important things that you can provide as a man. So I'm not talking about situations where someone comes up to your girl and makes her uncomfortable. In that situation, nah, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna protect my woman. But if you as a woman are confronting people, purposely putting yourself in danger and then wanting protection, you're wilding. And now, with all 6 infinity stones, I shall bring balance to the universe. Stop! Huh? I'm gonna call my boyfriend. Yo, I'm at the club and this man is trying me right now. Who the fuck trying my bae? Hey, shorty, I am your boyfriend, not the fucking special ops. You are not about to be sending me on missions. It don't even got to be fights, bro. I seen this one video where this, what's it called? Where this moose was attacking like this couple's car and they were watching from their crib. And the whole time, this big ass moose is like destroying their car. The wife is saying the husband's name. I think his name was like Ralph or something. Like the moose is beating up this car like his Street Fighter. And the whole time she's just like, Ralph, Ralph, Ralph. It's like, what the f is Ralph gonna do? Hit that bitch with a Hadouken? It don't even gotta be fights. They'll expect miracles. Like, boom, my brother is an underground rapper and he does these local shows in Austin. And I remember this one time, I went to one of them. Now he's a Screamo rapper. So he has Screamo rapper fans. Also, if you're into that type of stuff, you should check out his music. I'm in some of his songs. Give a fuck about your toe. Run like Running Man, we doing. But yeah, since he's a Screamo rapper, he has Screamo rapper fans. And they do stuff like mosh pits, jumping off of things, jumping into things. It's a lot of jumping. So I'm at his show, you know, just trying to support, but I'm not gonna lie, I do not fit in, bro. This nigga's with mohawks, face tats, what's it called? Like alt I think it's called alt clothing. I do not fit in. I am wearing an iron shirt and khakis. I look like a square. So I'm at his performance, and despite me not fitting in, it was actually a pretty cool experience. Got to meet some pretty cool people. We're dancing, all that. Brother is doing his thing, and it was going good until he yells, "Mosh pit!" And it gets hectic immediately. I actually got punched in the face that day, but that's a story for another time. The people start going crazy, so I go to this back wall and chill. And there's this couple standing next to me, and there's also a guy next to us in close proximity, and he's dancing. He's just doing this thing in the mosh pit, and then he gets hit, and he falls over, and a blick falls out of his pocket. Bro, someone hit this, and he lost his inventory on some Minecraft or Fortnite. And I'm just standing there looking at that hole in shock because I don't know if he's gonna get up, get mad, and air the place out. I don't know if someone's gonna accidentally stand on the piece and it's gonna go off. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm looking for the nearest exit. And as I'm doing that, I actually meet eyes with the girl who was standing next to her man's. And instead of looking for an exit, she's tugging on her man's shirt like, "Oh my God, do something." Like, what do you want him to do? Make a citizen's arrest? I don't know. Something about that is just funny to me. Her man's was big though, so she probably just felt really secure. Anyways, next we got Miss He's Just a Friend. I actually have female friends. One of my best friends, someone who's in one of my videos actually, is a female. Inyoung, my friend from Korea. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Me and Inyoung are tight as and that is only because we have absolutely no romantic attraction to each other at all. So there's no ulterior motive to our connection, and that's why we're able to do that. So that's green. And contrary to what balding, medium swole and black tees with cigars and Bugattis will tell you, I actually think men and women can be friends. Honestly, I think they should be friends. There's a lot of pros to not only surrounding yourself with people of one gender. So I'm not talking about women who have platonic guy friends. I'm talking about women who have more dudes lined up than a barbershop the day before Easter. More specifically, girls who surround themselves with men who want a piece and they choose to play naive. And I know you're playing naive because women can just sniff the air and be like, "He's cheating." And be right 8 times out of 10. I got a homie who caught her man's cheating because her man's friend posted with a girl and she recognized that girl's leg in the background of one of her man's posts from a week prior. Y'all are way more observant than men. So don't tell me I'm tripping for thinking the dude who buys you flowers, gives you free food, and posts you on his Instagram story doesn't see you as just a friend. If you're dating a girl like this, that doesn't mean she's gonna cheat on you. Not all women are the same. And to be honest, most of the girls don't even end up sleeping with these friends anyways. But let you get into an argument, bro. She is running a 3-second 40-yard dash to that phone to text that friend about y'all's argument. Oh, he's doing it again, huh? Face ass. But I'm gonna keep it a stack. If women did the same thing, like if some of my female friends were buying me food, taking me out on dates, and letting me be a passenger princess, I would take it. So I really can't even get mad at y'all for accepting that. Like if I had that type of power over a woman, I gotta animate this video today. Hey shit, don't worry about it, shorty type shit, cause I animated for you type shit, cause I fuck with you type shit. Oh my God, bestie, thank you. But hey man, get you some platonic female friends. It'll teach you to respect women. But let's continue disrespecting women. Next, we got the material girls. Before I start this one, once again, I cannot blame the women for accepting this one. If I could give a girl good D in basketball and get a track hawk in return, I wouldn't even have to think about it. She could be 84 and I'm a damn me, mom. I got this one homegirl who left her mans to date this college athlete. You know, the college athletes that be getting paid and shit. She left her mans to date him and he ended up cheating on her and giving her chlamydia. The craziest part is she's not even really that mad at it because, hey, I mean, the bought her shit. She left her man for a nigga that bought her a Coach bag and turned her box into a Hot Pocket. I mean, shit. I guess the D really was fire. But it really don't even gotta be like that. It can also be women with rich parents, trust fund babies, all that. And you can have rich parents and be a trust fund baby and not be materialistic. I'm just talking about materialistic women in general. I'm not gonna lie to you, bruh. They be bad, but not as bad as your credit score after fucking with them. As someone that's trying to stack bread this year, I really don't got it in me to attempt this shot. I actually take measures to actively avoid these types of women. I got this rule of thumb where if I'm like scrolling on someone's IG or if I'm on Tinder or something, if I see a luxury car interior or more than 2 high-end bags, I'm already knowing what's up. I used to have a BMW and that was until it hit my bank account with a damn spirit bomb. But when I first got it, I was talking to this college girl and she wasn't from America. She was Indian. Pro tip, if you're talking to a girl that's not originally from this country and she goes to a good school, I need you to know right now that her parents got guap, bro. To compete with the lifestyle that her rich parents have been giving her since birth, you gotta win the Squid Game or something, bro. Just know that. Anyways, I pick her up. She hops in the car and she's like, oh my God, my little brother has the same car. That's crazy. What a coincidence. So we're talking and shit, and I'm trying to let her connect to the aux to play her music, but I don't know how to do it because I had just got the car. And she does that shit with perfect execution, bro. She's like, oh, you don't know how to do this? She starts going in the car and starts showing me the quirks and features. Shout out if you get that reference. She starts showing me shit about the car that I didn't even know. But I'm not really tripping. I thought it was kind of funny. But throughout the day, I just found it really hard to relate to her because I don't come from loads of money. So we end up having a little talking stage that lasted about a month or so. But during that talking stage, her dad ended up purchasing her an S-Class, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. I ended up getting left in the dust, bro. She ghosted my ass, and I just had to take it because you're crazy if you think I'm going band for band with a 60-year-old Indian man. You would think he's from Afghanistan the way he Taliban. Oh, next we got Karens. Do I even really need to explain this one? It's been mad times I've been at restaurants and seen a 60-year-old man sitting like these and his wife yelling at a server or something, bro. I really don't feel like I need to explain why dating a Karen is not a good idea. So I'm gonna just tell you a story instead. As I've said in my most recent video, which I honestly think is my funniest video, so I'm kind of upset that it flopped. I hope you watch it and enjoy it. I said that I don't honk my horn because like I just don't like honking my horn. If something happens, I'm gonna just get out the way. So I remember this one time I was driving with this girl and it was traffic and there was this person who's trying to make a left turn. So I'm just waiting for him to make the left turn. I'm stuck. This girl reaches over and honks the horn for me. Who the fuck is doing that? And this other time, bro, I went to this grocery store with this girl and the grocery store had like a parking garage in it. So we drive in and the parking garage is like free if you're not there for an hour or something like that. So we go in, get our groceries, we come out and I'm about to leave and I put my ticket in the thing. I'm thinking that it's gonna open for free, but it says I had to pay $7. Now I'm not tripping on that because it's like, all right, whatever. I don't feel like making a scene. There's people behind me. So I go to grab my card to pay for it, but this girl lunges, like I'm in the driver's seat. She's in the passenger seat. She lunges over me, reaches out of the window and presses the help button. Person answers and she starts yelling at that nigga like, why the fuck this shit not free? Da, 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 da. And I'm just sitting there like, I didn't have to pay the fee, I guess, but like, was it worth it? No, it's just embarrassing. Next, we got Miss Anime Villain backstory. This one's gonna sound crazy, but let me cook. This girl, and you get to talking to her, and you both kind of like what you see. So you start looking at the car facts, you know, year, make, model, all that. And everything's looking green until you check the accident history and find out some frat boy up, and now she's a salvage title. Fuck. More specifically, I'm talking about a woman who hasn't healed from her trauma, because a woman who has healed from her trauma is completely different. That is not toxic. If anything, that's impressive. I'm trying to get like you. I'm talking about an unhealed woman. And I'm gonna tread this one lightly because it's really not her fault. She was unfortunately dealt a bad card in life, be it mommy issues, daddy issues, traumatic experience with an ex, traumatic experience in general. But because those terrible things happen to her, there's a slight possibility that she'll self-sabotage the relationship that she's actively trying to build. Not because she wants to, but because it's her response to her trauma. But honestly, that's really not the end of the world. If you can find the right one and not force her to heal, but gently be there to help her as she heals by herself, if you make it out of that alive, you could actually have a pretty fruitful relationship. But if you do go that route, I want you to know you need to be careful because it is not for the weak. I did it. Yo, oh my God, what happened? I pulled the golf girl and daddy is Yo, no! To the men and women who have partners who are dealing with their baggage, I want you to know your mental health is important too, and you cannot break yourself trying to fix someone else. And now it's time for some honorable mentions. We've got Ms. Chronically Online, period. With this treasure I summon. Miss, I'm just a girl. Shorty, you slashed on my tires and locked me in your basement. You're just a felon. Miss, you're the first guy to treat me right. Good luck. Miss Butterfly Tats, good luck. Miss Red Hair, good luck. Miss Overly Feminist, I get it, but not every man wants to put you in a pack. Miss Not Feminist at all, pick me, please. Girl, have some shame. But that's the end of the video. I hope you guys like it. I'm actually gonna make a 7 types of toxic men video as well. So write some men archetypes in the comments down below and I might add them to the video. Also, if I missed any women, let me know. I might make more of these if y'all fuck with them. I don't know. It just depends on how the video goes. Once again, don't take this video too seriously. I'm joking. And I hope you guys liked it and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. I love you. I was recording a reaction. I realized I left my headphones on. And I am now also realizing I will be recording this reaction, this animation, with a headset in. Is it bad? Is it bad? I can't see it. Only way to tell is to do the phone test. Oh. Red flags are mad easy to spot when you're not in too deep, but when you are, you'll find yourself ignoring the most ridiculous of things. Dang, bro, she turned off her location when she went on that girl's trip to Miami? She told me even though all of her friends cheat, she doesn't. I should have just walked away. The thing about toxic situations and manipulation is you can't realize you're being manipulated. There's Stanley big ass in the background of my recording. Hold up. Got his ass.
24.
The thing about toxic situations and manipulation is you don't realize you're being manipulated until you start getting manipulated. But at that point, you're being manipulated, so you're already in too deep. And that's why pointing out and clocking red flags is extremely important. Because if there's anything conquistadors have taught me, red flags just attract bullshit. Dang, bro, she slashed the tires of your wheelchair? I feel like I'm pretty solid at pointing out red flags, but that's only because I got years of experience being a Poindexter ass nigga. So I've been played enough to know when I'm cooked. But back then, I could go to China, Turkey, and Vietnam and still not see a red flag. So I'm on dating apps at the time, and I'm just scrolling around and stuff. And when I'm on dating apps, I personally like to make my account like a little bit fun. So one of the prompts was, let's break dating stereotypes by blank. And I filled in that blank with jumping other couples. Some funny shit. And in my opinion, great joke, just attracted the wrong type of people. So this girl sees it and matches me. And then she DMs me and says, we need to meet up, ... now. I look at her profile and she's this bad little tatted John. Now, I'm not thinking anything of her DM slide because I'm thinking we're hee ha ha laughing right now. So we chop it up a bit more and she seems tough. She likes anime, like art, all that. And I don't remember how, but we got on the topic of like Instagram and social media. So I ask her what her ad is. She gives me the ad and like, hold up, let's just name this girl Janelle. Right? If her name is Janelle, her Instagram at was something similar to the line of Nell with a shell. I changed it, but like that's the genre of Instagram username that she had, if that makes sense. I get the name, okay, whatever. I type it in and her account is private. But in her profile, I see something that catches my eye. But before I could even examine it deeper, I get accepted. And bro, what I saw shook me to my core. I'm seeing ass, luxury car interiors, luxury bags, and while all of these things would usually sound alarms in my head, they were normal because they paled in comparison to the main red flag I was staring at. Because among all of those things, I saw money spreads. Multiple money spreads. This is something I have never even seen. I don't even think I know any niggas that got money spreads on their IG. It's something about me, bro. I am not nonchalant. I'm too chalant. Like I'm just too nosy. I can't. So I jokingly ask her what she does and how she got all this. See, I'm stuttering. So I jokingly ask her what she do and how she got all these money spreads up. And her answer is, I work at a bank. What bank? Capital Gun Shells Fargo. You're robbing. You're scamming. I don't trust you. So she starts talking about the bank, but she's being mad vague. Yeah, it's kind of like a bank. Yeah, I kind of have coworkers. Nah, we make good money. Kind of bank, kind of coworkers, good money. Nigga, am I talking to a straw hat pirate? In an attempt to cut to the chase, I ask her, like, does she work at a desk? Is she a manager? Like, I'm just confused. And to that, she says, don't worry about it. No. Yeah, she's a backdoor. No, she's a back. She's probably good at it, bro. This bitch is a backyardigan. And don't say I'm assuming, because she has literally told me that she has gotten in trouble with the law before. My thing is, if you're a backdoor, like, why would you tell me, the guy that you met on a dating app, that you're a backdoor? You think I'm broke? Like, am I not worth robbing? Hell no, I'll show you a rack right now. Anyway, so I'm already knowing I'm never talking to this girl again. But she was genuinely cool, so we chop it up for a couple hours. We get to talking about art and life and stuff, and this is where she got me, because I am a sucker for good conversation. And that may seem surprising because I feel like I've made it extremely obvious how introverted of a person I am, but let me clarify really quickly. I hate small talk and meaningless conversations. In that situation specifically, yeah, I'd rather be quiet and awkward. But if someone comes to me with a deep conversation, that's different. I'm all for that. And on dating apps, you rarely find that. So when the opportunity presents itself, I take it every time. So yeah, I'm talking to this girl and we're diving deep. We're talking about like childhoods, like we're talking for at least 3 to 4 hours. And because of that, I start to low-key really mess with shorty. Something about people with baggage, like they just like, it's great conversation, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like showing her my old sketchbooks and stuff. That's enough for me to fall in love, if I'm being honest. But of course, like remembering the situation, I was brought back to reality because she goes to look for her sketchbook and she goes looking around in her house for it and she starts asking her roommates. Her 4 male African-American. Hey, bro. African-American roommates, bro. And she brings out her sketchbook. She brings that hoe out, opens it, and I see nothing but naked bodies. Now, there's nothing wrong with drawing naked bodies. Anatomy is a very important thing to understand. And the naked human body is a genuine work of art. I'm being dead ass. But the way she drew them was just much. It was women DJing themselves, each other dining out. It was eggplants with juices leaking. It was just a lot to look at, especially given the fact that I just met shorty today. This was a crazy first impression. Now, it would be one thing if it was just one singular page in the sketchbook. That would be completely different because once again, she could genuinely just be practicing anatomy. Bro, it was the weird sketchbook. This girl damn near had categories, and that on top of everything I just talked about just reminded me the type of person I'm talking to, and that this is not going anywhere. Fuck, I ain't even talking about the double cups and pills that was in her IG highlights that all had rap music on them, by the way. It was just much. Well, Yo-Yo, it sounds like you ignored this red flag. Why are you even telling this story? We talked for a week after that. Never met her though. I tried. Anyways, next red flag. We're gonna run through these next ones pretty fast because that first story was way longer than I thought, but these also go for men and women, I bet. Honorable mentions. We got overly performative people who lie and try to be something else in an attempt to get you to like them. But it comes off so fake that it's obvious. I was talking to this one girl, don't remember what the convo was about, but I told her that my granddad was a pastor and that I was trying to find my way back into the Christian faith. She proceeded to tell me that she was also a Christian and saving herself from marriage. We ended up not working out because she lived too far away, and about 6 months later, she got suggested in my TikTok. I click her account out of curiosity, of course, and the girl was pregnant. No ring, no baby daddy. Nigga, did the Holy Spirit get her pregnant? Bro, you got a kid and you not married, you must be married. Next, anger issues. Everyone gets mad, everyone gets frustrated. And honestly, I hate how anger has such a negative connotation to it. It's a normal emotion. So I'm not talking about people who express anger. Shit, if I'm being for real, I got my own issues with anger that I'm actively working on sorting out. However, I'm talking about people who can't control their anger and express it in extremely childish ways. They break your PS5, they key your car. That's stuff that women do. What's some stuff that men do? Other than, kill women. Next, attractive nerds. It's actually not even a red flag. Y'all just be making me mad because you can't have everything. You're telling me you're fine and you play Minecraft. Like, have you ever seen someone so bad that you get irritated? That be me when I see a fine ass nerd, man. Like I said, hey, yo, check me out. Listen. Yeah, you bad, but you got no bars. What mic you spitting in? Up the iron couldn't break your block, but I always spin again. Diamonds on the stick, and ruin is gonna be the state that I leave my op city in. Don't slide back. This high frequency of bullets will put you in a high pass. Cause a high pass filter is a high frequency filter that you put on audio. I get creative when I shoot. My bullets fly fast. I mean, it's crazy what my mind craft. I hope you got thick skin. Sorry, you can stop now. 12 try to stop me. I don't know what that pig meant. Knock his lights out. It get dark. I don't know what color his pigment. Straight to the nether is where that pig went. I put some gold bullets in the cop's head. Now that's really a zombie pigment. I'm not done. Red dot got him looking like Pennywise. I'm so up that my pockets is energized. And here's why. Cause there's so many M's in my chest. I can't rest cause there's monsters nearby. Nah, look at the monster kid. Look at this whole got an M on it, bro. I'm telling you, I be cooking, bro. And that's, I think that's I think that's where the video ends right here, y'all. I hope you guys liked it. And am I an animator again? Yeah, I hope. I miss my videos look like this. New video soon. And I see he's already following her. He ain't even need to say anything else because we both knew what had happened. I asked him, when did you do it? About 2 weeks ago. Oh. No! No! I have never been good at walking up to women. I'm not bad at talking to them. I'm just really bad at initiating, you know, starting stuff. Like if I find a girl attractive, I don't even think I'm good at making it known that I find her attractive. Girls will talk about, oh my God, I saw the most beautiful guy at Target today. And it'll look like this. Pause. Bro, you can't be laughing, bro. You can't be laughing. You can't be laughing. No, that was not. I'll say, yo, I went to Target and I saw the most beautiful looking girl. And it'll look like this. And I'm being so serious right now, bro. Niggas will talk about, oh, this girl was looking at me, so I had to holler and check her temperature, you know what I'm saying? No, because if a girl looks at me, the only temperature I'm checking is the damn weather app. But if a girl walks up to me, that's completely different. I have never struggled with that. But ironically, the problem used to be reversed. Like I used to be the most bold shot taker when I was younger, bro. I'm talking half court, 3 on me, ugh. But that shit never went in because I couldn't talk to women to save my life back then. But I was bold. Too bold. So boom, I'm in middle school and there's this girl named Shawnee. Now me and Shawnee were really cool because we shared the same humor. Through the Harlem Shake. Which at 12 years old in 6th grade wasn't that difficult. But we were tight. We'd talk every day, we'd joke all the time, and it helped that we shared a lot of classes together. From the outside looking in, you would think that we were a school couple, but from the inside looking in, I was Mariana Trench levels of deep in the friend zone. Under the sea. Face ass. And it was my fault because I could just never take that step out of the platonic bubble. I was just too scared. Now, Valentine's Day was coming up, and in one of the classes that we shared together, the teacher wanted us to make these mailboxes out of cardboard. And she also wanted us to make Valentine's Day cards for everyone in the class so we could put the cards in each other's mailbox. So me and Shawnee are making our boxes and just chopping it up and stuff. And we get to the topic of puberty. And that was because there was this one kid in our class who was one of them Captain America super soldier as little kids. Like, bro was 200 pounds in 6th grade with a full beard. Like, he had more hair on his face in 6th grade than I do now as a 23-year-old man. So we're talking about that, and then Shawnee starts talking about how she's self-conscious that she hadn't developed fully in the chest area like some of the other girls in our class, if you get what I'm saying. And she was being very vulnerable and showing a new level of trust in our relationship that honestly made this conversation a really strong bonding moment for us. And I was not paying attention at all because this conversation, it gave me an idea. See, I wanted to ask her to be my Valentine's for a long time, but I just didn't know how to do it. And as she was talking about how she's self-conscious about her body type, a light bulb went off in my head and I knew exactly what to do. So we continue on with our conversation, eventually changing the topic and getting back to joking and stuff. The class finishes making their mailboxes and we get to making the Valentine's Day cards for each other. And I get to meticulously crafting the most elegant Valentine's Day card for Shawnee. The class period comes to an end. We then take the Valentine's Day cards and put them in each other's mailboxes and stuff, and we head to lunch. Now at lunch, everyone's opening their mailboxes, looking at all their cards and stuff, and I'm looking at my box, practically throwing everything out of it because the only card I care about is the one that I was supposed to get from Shawnee. And I find it. It's this little white card with a heart-shaped sticker on it that says Yoyo written on it in Shawnee's handwriting. And holding that card felt like I was holding the keys to our suburban house with a white picket fence and mildly racist neighbors. I was in love. I opened the card and it says, "To my best friend, Yoyo, heart, Shawnee." Ouch! I'm looking at my name on that card, heart, bro. I think I'd rather see Yoyo in a death note than with the words best friend next to it, bro. But I don't even get time to dwell on it because I look over and I see Shawnee walking towards me, livid. She is mad as hell. She stomps her way to my table holding a crumpled up Valentine's Day card, the one that I gave her. She gets to my table, slams the card on the table, and she just gets to chewing me out, bro. Why the fuck would you give me this? You think this is funny? You're sick. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She shows me the card. Well, what was on the card, Yoyo? All I did was draw Shawnee. With some D cups. You what? I drew her with some things on her. I knew it was something that she was self-conscious about, so I wanted to let her know like what her potential could be. But the only problem was like in 6th grade, I wasn't the best at drawing, so I'm pretty sure I drew her looking crazy. To this day, I still can't even draw boobs that well. So like, I can only imagine what it looked like back then. But in my head, I thought it was a perfectly valid Valentine's Day card, but she did not agree. And that's what I mean when I say my heart was in the right place. I was bold. I just did not know what I was doing. And I just could not talk to women. So I spent that Valentine's Day alone. And that's how I would spend every Valentine's Day until the year 2020 when I had my first Valentine's and the day I lost my virginity. But it was not all sunshines and rainbows, because that was also the same day that my own brother became my Eskimo bro. Let's fast forward into 2020. Just moved into a new place in downtown Austin. And as I've said in my previous Tinder videos, when I moved downtown, one of the main goals I had was to talk to people and just experience being an adult, because I was 20 at the time, but genuinely I had zero life experience. And one of the first things I did was hop straight to dating apps. Now, I know that's not the best approach, but you gotta give me some slack, because honestly, I think the way people, or the way that most people build relationships is through either work, school, or hobbies. And I had none of those. So I went to Tinder to find a community and learn things about myself. I was also horny, okay? So boom, I'm on Tinder swiping and talking and swiping and talking. And the only thing I learned about myself was that I scared the hoes. So since I mortified the maidens, I went to go talk to my friends who would help me, you know, come up with messages and stuff. And I learned about them that they also have no f***ing game either. I remember this one time I was at the gym with Yoyo over here. I had to get him to get up to tell this story. It's actually pretty coincidental that he's here. Remember this time I was talking to this girl like at the gym, and I was trying to figure out things to tell her like while we were at the gym.
You were talking to a girl. You was talking to a girl. You was
like I was in the gym.
Niggas never talked to a girl in the gym before. Like it is like
you're good. So I'm texting her and she said like some ice breaking shit. What do you do? Or, like, what do you like to do? And I remember handing the phone to you and being like, yo, do you have any idea like what I should say?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, let me cook.
That's not what you said. So I slid my phone to him and I'm like, yo, could you help me come up with a response? And he goes,
yeah, I got you. So I'm trying to think of like what I'm gonna send, but as I'm there fucking thinking, bro, I'm like, you know what? Let me finish my set first. So I put the phone in my pocket. I'm about to send some heat, bro. That's a fact. I'm about to send some heat.
So he takes the phone, puts it in his pocket, does his set, and I see him go on his phone. So I go up to the bar. I'm doing my thing without a care in the world, because I'm like, we got the fucking Rizzler thinking of a message. So I finish my set, re-rack, I go back to Cheerio, and he is just down bad, bro.
Nigga, I look at my phone, bro. My dick drops. I'm like,
there's so many other body parts that can drop.
Yo, let me do my thing, nigga. Yo, so I look at the phone, nigga. My dick drops.
He's looking like Drake. I go up to him, I'm like, yo, did you think of anything to say? And he's like,
bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry.
Sorry. The fuck? I grabbed the phone and I see straight gibberish on that hoe. She asked, what do you like to do? And this nigga deciphered it. Iggy Azalea freestyle. I'm looking at the phone and I'm like, bro, what happened?
No, I don't know. I didn't turn off the phone when I put it in my pocket. I'm like, bro, Shorty not even that bad, nigga. She not that bad. I swear to God, she not that bad. I didn't know. All right.
So he starts immediately getting on the defensive after fumbling the bag.
I just thought you was Jewish, bro. So I sent that shit in German.
I'm not adding that part to the video. Jewish, they don't even speak German.
I thought you was Jewish, so I sent that shit in German.
You're not cooking. Don't make that joke. Yeah, one of the first times I even asked one of my friends to help me text a girl, they butt texted her. So I say that to say my friends were not much help during my Tinder days, and I had to learn everything by myself. So after weeks of trusting the process, awkward conversations, awkward dates, I finally landed this girl's number, Selena. Now, Selena was at the time one of the baddest girls I had ever matched with on Tinder. I actually vividly remember being intimidated by how pretty I found her. I'd overthink my messages, stutter on FaceTime. It's actually mad times I wanted to stop talking to her, do some side quests on the side, and then go back to talking to her. Mind you, I am a 20-year-old thinking like this, but you gotta realize I didn't start talking to women until I was 20. Anything before that was a goofy school situationship or like a crush. This was different. We were both adults without a curfew or parents to worry about, and I had my own place. I knew what was gonna happen at the end of the date if we landed a date, and I landed a date. Not just any date, a sushi date. And in this economy, a sushi date is like me taking you to the damn Virgin Islands, no pun intended. They be taxing at them sushi places. So some time passes and the day of the date comes up, and I'm getting ready and shit. Thinking of what I'm gonna say. I'm getting the house set up. I'm doing push-ups, and I'm not gonna lie, I purchased candles. Candles. At my living room looking like Joe Biden's birthday cake. If you don't take that joke back, you ain't black. Today was gonna be the day my car got swiped. And I was mad nervous. Pulls up to the crib and we walk to the sushi spot because once again, I live downtown. We're walking to the spot, we get there. Actually, if you remember my sushi video, this was the same spot. We sit down and we eat and we chop it up, and surprisingly, I'm locked in. So we finish eating and we head back to the crib and throw on a movie. Actually, no, it wasn't a movie. We were watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and I remember that exclusively because I remember looking at it and overthinking when to kiss her, because once again, I'm not good at making the first move. I'd like watch a scene and be like, okay. When he goes into the building, I'm gonna kiss her. What the fuck? He's already in there. Damn. Okay. When he says something, I'm gonna kiss her. Damn, this talkative as hell. Okay. When they leave the building, I'm gonna kiss her. Why did they even walk in the building in the first? I'm like trying so hard to find like a pause in the show where I can like make my first move, but I just can't get my body to move and do it. But the fire thing about anime is that the intros are like 3 minutes long. So the next episode hits and the intro plays, and that's my moment. I go in for a kiss, we kiss, and one thing leads to another, and it was bad. Obviously, as anyone's first time would be. Fun fact, I actually didn't even know what a bean was until like my 4th or 5th time doing it. This should give you a look at what my early sex life was like, but I'm not gonna dwell too much on that because it's kind of graphic. So I finish doing an absolutely terrible job and she leaves disappointed as hell. I actually don't think she talked to me after this date, but I ain't give a damn, bro. It took me 20 years. But I did it. My card got swiped, so I'm going to all my niggas like, yo. I like, oh, bro, I did my thing. I hit it with the Drake and nothing was the same, you dig? I'm telling this story like how 1800 historians tell United States history, bro. So as I'm doing my parade of phone calls, I call my younger brother. Not Stanley, my biological younger brother. Stanley's my half brother. The thing about my biological younger brother is that he is the polar opposite of me. He was 2 years younger than me, but he for sure swiped that card mad times. That nigga had an American Express black card, 850 credit. I hit him like, bro, I did it. No way. Swear to God. Oh shit. Okay. Let me see her. I go to her IG to screenshot and show my brother, and I see he's already following her. Yo, it's taking you so long, bro. Let me see. I screenshot it. I send him the pic. Bro, you didn't. I did. He ain't even need to say anything else because we both knew what had happened. I asked him, when did you do it? About 2 weeks ago. Oh. No. Yeah, it was raps. And the worst part, I know he hit it better, bro. It was my first time. I was sick. Yeah. I don't really have too many W's from Tinder. And so you think I have more W's actually meeting women in real life. But that's where you're wrong. There's one thing about me. I am a great planner / coordinator. Like if I have a problem, I will come up with a solution. Now, when it comes to enacting said solution, well, like Moist Critical, Kevin Hart, or Lil Uzi when he's not standing on his money, I fall short. So boom, I'm 17 and I just moved to Austin, Texas from South Carolina. My brothers and I arrived and we're waiting at the terminal to get picked up by my mom. The bus terminal. Yeah, we moved from South Carolina to Austin, Texas by bus.
Somebody tell me how he did it! I have to know!
Hella stops, 24-hour commute, smelly bus. We got stranded in Dallas, but we made it out alive.
Somebody tell me how he did it!
I'm telling you all this because during that 24-hour time span, something happened to my brain. I vividly remember staring out the window and looking at a field and thinking, I'ma be homeless soon. I was a straight C 17-year-old about to go into my senior year of high school with no job, no car, no money, and no idea what I wanted to do post high school. And by like hour 4 of that bus ride, I was in more existential dread than a 54-year-old in a Corvette. I was having a midlife crisis at the age of 17. So that drove me, pun intended, to make my first step towards content creation. I made this Instagram account that I started to post my art on. Now I've always drawn, but when I made that art account, it really motivated me to improve my craft and develop actual skill and a cohesive style. And it showed because months after when I started the new school in Texas, my art teacher pulled me to the side, telling me that she liked my style and said I should go to an after school art camp that kids from all over Austin would go to learn from professional artists to improve their craft. Now I have a strict mom and I was very confident that she was going to pull the plug and dead this idea immediately. But to my surprise, she actually really liked the idea of me going to a camp and expressing myself. So she ended up driving me there and it took place downtown at this museum. We pull up, I get out of the car and I go into the building. And in true African-American fashion, I was late. So when I get into the class, the teacher's already in the middle of a lesson and stuff. So I'm walking in looking for a seat and I realize this class is just filled with women. Not only women, but fine artsy women. This. Okay, my dog about to cook. Sucks. I am very much afraid of women at this point in my life, bro. So I walk down that aisle hitting the weather app calculator combination, making eye contact with no one. I sit down and I hear, all right, class, I'm gonna need you guys to pair up in groups of 2 so we can start the next drill. And hearing that in a class filled with people, No, not people. Women. Hearing that in a class filled with women was petrifying to me. So everyone stands and starts pairing up, and I'm just aimlessly walking around trying to find someone to be my partner. And I hear, hey, I look up and there's this girl facing me and waving. Oh my God, you're here? Is she talking to me? I have no clue who this girl is, but she is seemingly mad excited to see me. I'm thinking maybe she's like a classmate of mine that I've never met or something. I know you hear me. What are you doing here? Well, my teacher said I should pull up. Do you want to be my partner? Jessica, oh my God, is that you? Becky, I didn't know you were coming. This girl was not talking to me. She was talking to someone behind me, and I know both of them saw me in the middle waving like a dumbass trying to start a conversation, and they disregarded my whole existence, bro. That's all I'm saying is they better chill with the disrespect, because the last person to get rejected at an art camp started camps of his own. So after that happens, I'm about ready to call it quits and just dip. But I bump into this girl who I could tell was as nervous as me, and I'm pretty sure she could tell that I was nervous as well, because we both sat down without a word, no hello or nothing, and just partnered up. Just relieved we could find a partner without having to look anymore. So everyone pairs up, and the instructor tells us that we have to draw our partner without looking at the paper and only looking at them. So we look at each other and make eye contact for the first time, and I can't lie, this girl was kind of fine. So we get to drawing each other, and eventually we get the courage to start talking. I mean, staring into someone's soul for 5 minutes is a great icebreaker. It's kind of hard to not start a conversation after looking at someone for so long. Helen Keller could never. So we finished drawing each other. Hers was asked, by the way, and we spend the rest of the class like learning and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, me and let's name this girl Ash, me and Ash are just chatting the whole time, bro. We're talking about art, what we like, what school we go to, like all that. Fast forward to the end of class, and Ash asked Fast forward to the end of class, and Ash asked to see my art. God damn. So I pull up my art Instagram on her phone, and I follow myself. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit had me feeling like the smoothest nigga to come out of South Carolina since Duke Dennis. Chop it up for a little bit more, and then we go our separate ways. Now, this art camp thing happened every Saturday. So during the next week, I'm hyped as hell, waiting for the next Saturday to come so I could see Ash again. Now, around that time, I also made my YouTube account, because at this point I had been posting on my IG quite consistently. Like, I had around 1,000 followers on IG and about 100 subscribers on YouTube. And with that massive influx in fame, I started to take YouTube a little more seriously. But the problem was school, YouTube, and talking to a girl full time. I was stretched a little thin, and something had to give. So unfortunately, I had to make the hard decision of cutting off school completely from my regimen. But because I stopped taking school seriously, my grades tanked, bro. Like, I think I had a 37 in pre-cal, but I had a promising career and a baddie, so I could care less. So the Saturday for the camp comes along, and I'm excited. I'm packing, I'm texting Ash and stuff like that. But then my mom knocks on my door, and by knock, I mean she knocked twice and then opened the door immediately. And she comes in on hot, bro. She's yelling, her boyfriend comes in, he's yelling, how you got a 37 on calculus? Da, 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 da. I didn't raise you like this. They're going off, and I kind of just let them get it out without saying a word until I hear, you're crazy if you think I'm letting you go to this camp. Bam, slams the door. And just like that, I was cooked. I mean, Ash lived 45 minutes away, didn't go to the same school as me. I had no way to get to the camp, and you can only text someone but so much. So I didn't go to that class or the next one or the next one. And eventually a month and a half passed and the class ended. And during that time, I couldn't lock in on my grades to be able to go to the class again because YouTube was more important to me. So I'm thinking it's over until this one day I'm at school and I get a text. Hey, I'm going to be going to the Christmas lights with my cousin tonight. I was wondering if you wanted to go with me. Now, my pre-cal grade right now is either a 37 or a number too low for me to want to openly admit on YouTube. So there was no way my mom was going to let me go. But this was my chance to see Ash again, and I was not going to miss it. And once again, if I have a problem, I'm going to come up with a solution. So I spent the rest of that class period making a plan. So the Christmas lights were at 10, which was around the time my mom gets home from work. And I knew if I could turn off my bedroom light and leave before 10, my mom would think I'm asleep. So I could go to the lights, and when I come home, I'll just go in through the back door because we had chickens. So if me opening the back door woke anyone up, I could just be like, yo, I was just checking on the chickens. So I had my way out and I had my way back. Now I just had to figure out transportation. Now the lights took place in North Austin, which is a $30 Uber there and back. Well, I mean, $60. And 17-year-old me had absolutely no motion. I was damn sedentary. So $60 was in no way feasible. But I did have a way that I could get $45 illegally. I'll tell you how I did that in a different story. Just stay with me. So I go get the $45 really quickly and continue on with my plan. So I was gonna have to spend $15 on a bus ticket there and then $30 on an Uber back. So I take the money that I got illegally. It was cash. This sounds sus as But I go to a CVS during my lunch break at the school. I sneak out, go to CVS, and I buy one of those prepaid Visa cards so I can pay for the Uber, because you can't pay Ubers with cash. School ends, I go home, and the time for me to catch the bus hits. So I turn my bedroom light off, and on some Disney Channel like put covers like under my sheet. There's no way that would have worked, but turn the light off and I start walking a mile to the bus stop. I get on the bus, show the bus driver my ticket, he lets me in. I get on the bus, I put in my headphones, and I'm chilling, bro. The fact that I was able to come up with this plan in the span of 6 hours, I was proud of myself, bro. I can't lie. I'm like, man, this plan really worked. I'm about to go see Ash again. Okay, my dog about to cook. And then I wake up, bro. Huh? I fell asleep on the bus, bro. It was like 10 p.m. and I pulled an all-nighter the night before to finish a video and post it. This girl gave me these plans last minute. I was tired. The bus stops at this bus stop terminal thing. I had absolutely no idea where I was. I decided to call it quits, bro. I checked the Uber app to see if I can get home, and I can't afford the Uber home. So I'm late for the date, but I just got to see it through at this point. I checked the bus route that I'm on, and it's a completely different one than the one to get to the destination that I was trying to get to. However, I was only off by like a half mile. If I ran down the highway, I could try to make the next stop. So I get off that bus and I book it, bro. Mind you, it's like 10 p.m. I am literally running on the highway to try to get to this next stop. So I make it to the stop, and of course the bus is gone, bro. It's like 10:20. I'm in the middle of nowhere, late as Ash is texting me. It's a mess. And I'm just standing there with three choices. I either try to run and catch up to an automobile on foot, call my mom and tell her I snuck out and ask her to pick me up and die, or take the L and ask Ash to drive 30 minutes from the lights to me to pick me up and then take me 30 minutes back to the lights. And unfortunately, I go with that choice. So I go into a Chinese restaurant on the side of the road and I wait for Ash and them to pick me up. Car pulls up, I hop in, and no one is feeling me, bro. That car is awkward as fuck, bro. No one is saying anything. So after a long 30-minute drive, we finally make it to the Christmas lights. We get out and me and Ash are like walking around looking at all the lights and stuff. In silence. No one is saying anything. She was way too mad and I was way too embarrassed for the situation to not be awkward. Mind you, I've only met this girl once, and that was like a month and a half ago. I've never met her outside of camp, and her first impression of me was having to drive an hour to pick me up because I was too broke for an Uber and too stupid for a bus. So needless to say, it's really not going well. After about 10 minutes of silence and walking, we end up stopping, and I pull out my sketchbook and show her a drawing that I've been working on. And finally, after getting some common interest, we start chopping it up, and after a little while, I'm finally getting her to like laugh and stuff again. And it's finally going good. We start walking again, we finish touring the lights, and we end up sitting on this tree branch. And it was kind of a vibe. The wind is blowing in her hair, the Christmas lights are shining off of her face, our eyes are locked almost in the same way they were when we first met. It was time. I grab her hand, I lean in. Oh my God, ew, no. She jerks back, you're falling out of the tree that we were in. Do you know how chopped you gotta be to make a girl lean back like she's in the Matrix, bro? I made this girl lean in an angle that only Michael Jackson himself could compete with. She gets out of the tree and then she's done, bro. She's like, I think I should go home. She runs to her cousin's car. She gets in the car and they're waiting for me to call my Uber back home. I call it and my car declines. I guess what I think happened was the fee to buy the Visa was more than I expected, and the $15 I spent on the bus ticket plus that left me with less than $30 to get the Uber back. So I'm sitting there damn near mentally scarring this girl. They had to drive an hour to pick me up. I'm like, yo, you trying to drive me home? Mind you, I think we're like 45 minutes from my crib, bro. Ash says f it and calls me an Uber, and I get in feeling absolutely defeated, bro. And needless to say, it did not work out after that. I'm in that, bro. Moral of the story, I don't even think I have one, bro. That shit was just tough. Astral Dior just texted me. I only fuck with you for clout. IRL, we not friends. Never forget, I'll never befriend an ape like you. I don't know if y'all can read that. You are a grown ass Redbone. Get out of my fucking iMessages, bro. Actually, that text perfectly goes with the video, so I'm actually using that. I don't know what it. I tried to transition. I don't know what it is about me, bro, but I just have this tendency of catching strays. There have just been too many occasions of me just chilling, and then unprovoked out of nowhere, I end up looking like Swiss cheese. or 50 Cent. I just can't not catch strays like my friends. Extremely unfunny people. But when it comes to roasting me, niggas turn into fucking prime Dave Chappelle. I was talking about swimming one time with my friends and they told me I would look like a thwomp if I cannonballed into the water. Even y'all be holding me, bro. I had this one DM that said, yo, I just watched your 7 types of bad drivers and your face reminds me of the fat mouse wearing all red in Cinderella. Fire video though. I laughed. Just never realized you looked like that until you cut off your dreads. In what fucking universe do I look like this? I'd rather you just say nice video, you ugly fuck, and keep it pushing. Maybe I just be roasting people too much and this is like my karma. I don't know. But it's not even just my friends. I'll catch strays from strangers too. So I be sliding into DMs sometimes and I slid into this one girl. Now at the time when I slid into DMs, I would actually like sit down and like the Gunna meme with the pen on fire. I would like really try to craft like the perfect message. But now I kind of just say whatever because what's the point of crafting a perfect message if the girl isn't even going to respond anyway? Because in the end, it doesn't really matter what you say. It really completely matters if the girl is attracted to you or not. If the girl is attracted to you, you can say, hey, and she's going to respond. And I learned that from one of my friends. Because when he used to slide into DMs, he would slide with the same exact message. Hey, beautiful, heart eyes emoji. And it worked, cause bro looks like this. He looks like a mysterious dreadhead. So him sliding into DMs with the game of a fucking rich Indian man doesn't matter. Now, I don't think I'm ugly, but like I don't look mysterious. And if I can trick a girl with my IG pictures into thinking I'm mysterious, she'll just go on my story and see something like this. I'm a goofy ass nigga. So I like to personally put a little bit of effort into my DM slides. Like when I slide, I'll probably like ask a question or something. Like that's usually my go-to. So I slid into this one girl and I think what I did was I sent her one of her posts and like asked a question about it. It was probably something like, this park looks beautiful. Where is it at? Perfectly normal slide in my personal opinion. She liked my message, no response. So I'm like, charge to the game. Usually what I like to do is I like to let my DM sit for 24 hours in case they ever feel so inclined to respond. But after 24 hours, I usually unfollow, take my likes back and just hit the road like that ant with that stick bag, like that meme. I just walk away. So as the 24-hour mark comes up, I go to call it a day. I go to her profile again and I see a new post. A photo dump. Mind you, this girl had like 2 posts up. So I know her Hollywood ass was not posting often. I knew this was a rare occurrence. I clicked the post and the caption reads, bro, I don't know you. So I get a dedicated post? Bro, this girl went in her camera roll, found pictures, clicked the plus sign, posted all the pictures, and typed out a caption instead of shutting down my DM. Mind you, she liked the DM. I just don't get the... There was nothing I could do, bro. And I was just upset because like, shorty, I was on my way out the door. I didn't need that. And now like, she probably thinks I unfollowed her because of the post. And I know that's petty, but like, bro, come on, bro. And I would say that's the craziest IG DM stray that I've caught before, but no. There was this other time I slid in this girl's DM. She left me on scene and fucking followed Berto. And the nigga followed her back, bro. I just don't know why I'm always... To cut myself a little bit of bail, I did have bright pink wicks, so you know that did hurt the aura a little bit.